Here we are then, the opening round of the Race 100 League Season 4, and we are in qualifying at Australia. So coming down towards the first corner, this is Jack's fastest lap in qualifying, down towards the first corner, clipping the apex really well, using curve on the exit. Now up towards turn 3, DRS is open, 122.7 is the benchmark at the moment. Braking down then into turn 3, and now through turns 4 and 5, a little bit of grass there on the right hand side, managed to correct it up and get away with it. Flat then through turn 5, now up towards the right hander, he is up on his fastest time, very quick then through there, lots of curb again on the exit, now easy flat through this right kink, now braking down towards the right and left, very close to a corner cutting warning, but he's gotten away with that too. 5 minutes left in this session. And now up towards the second sector, and it's purple. He's hit a bollard. He's hit a bollard, and he's ruined his momentum. What's that going to do to his lap time? It was purple in the middle sector. He was on target to be fastest. Now coming up towards, and he's off again. He's off again, and now he's lost all kind of momentum and rhythm. Braking then down towards the final left-hander, locking a brake. Managing to clip the apex though, can he get through the right hander with no problems? He manages it. How's this for a lap time then? 1:23.8, still a second down. And it turned out then that Dubsy managed to do a 1:22.0 anyway. That would have been very, very difficult to beat. So KJW in second with Visual Temps third. That lap was good enough for fourth for Jack, Silent in fifth, Jaywood in 6th, the reigning champion Dan down in 8th place. There he is. And here we go. Waiting for the lights to come on then. Got a couple of new boys in the field, they start first and third. And we are away in Australia, the season opener. Jack has had a good start, KJW not so, KJW falling backwards, Jack taking third down the outside, braking for turn 1, Jack's late braking, and he's passed Visual Temps as well as they're side by side. Jack takes the position, he's made up 2 places in the first 2 corners, good start then by Jack. On board with Jack now on lap 4, the Ferrari mechanics are out in the pit lane, the rain is just beginning to fall. And Jack comes into the pits. What tyres are they going to put on the car? This is a very risky thing to do, bringing him in if it's not for Inters. Or even if it was for Inters, it'd be quite risky at this point. And they're putting more option tyres on the car. So they're obviously thinking that the rain can hold out for the time being. Dubsy, and they're double stacking Ferrari. Daniel is in as well then. They managed to get away with that. Where is Jack going to come out? He's going to come out. There's a train of 4 cars. Jack's going to come out behind all of them. He's come out in traffic, which is even worse. He's down in 11th. Jack then needs to pick off these cars as quickly as possible if he can. He's already got a good run on all of them around the outside through the flat out right kink. Now up towards the right left chicane, and he's already passed him. That is 1 car down. He's got 3 more to go if he wants some clear air so we can try and get the undercut on Dubsy. These cars then trying to hold out for the rain, although some of them on prime tyres don't actually need to pit yet, their pace is okay. Buddy Lee a little bit wide on the exit. Jack going for the second Lotus in a few corners, and he's down the inside of Buddy Lee and he has passed him. So 2 cars in the space of 4 or 5 corners. Jack now with DRS on Matt, but the thing is that Matt has DRS himself on the car in front, which I believe is Skunk. Skunk's gone wide in turn 1. This is going to bunch them up a little bit. What's going to happen here? It's 3 abreast down towards turn 3, and they're going to go in together. Jack has squeezed Matt out a little bit. Skunk trying to hold the inside. Now that's the outside for turn 4. Skunk manages to hang on. Jack manages to pass Matt though. So Jack is now ahead of Matt. What can he do about Skunk? That's 3 cars in the last lap. Can he get ahead of Skunk? They're so close they touch. Jack touches the back of Skunk, now forcing himself down the inside, breaking in towards turns 7 and 8, and he's through. He is through, and he takes 4 cars in the space of a lap and a half.
Okay, times are looking good. You're matching race pace.
Jack then is absolutely flying at the moment. The gap was 1.6 to Turk in front of us, and now look, the gap was 1.6 at the beginning. He's got 2 wheels on the grass, and he's going to go down the inside and take 2nd place. Very, very brave move up on the grass. Oh, a little bit of a oversteer there.
We think the car ahead is keeping fuel back for the end of the race.
I think it's definitely time for intermediate tyres now. Jack's struggling to get into the second to last corner. He's on the grass. Dubsy then is on his outside. Dubsy then goes through. He's already on intermediate tyres, so he's now a pit stop ahead of Jack. So he must have pitted for Inters when he came in a couple of laps ago, anticipating this rain. And now Jack is away. Where is he going to come out in relation to the pack? It's still showing him in 2nd place. Visual Temps is also coming in then for intermediate tyres, I can only assume. Gap 16.5 seconds to Dubsy. Mr. Dead goes through into 2nd place. Jack down to 3rd. The rain really is coming down quite heavily now. Jack, you can see the standing water. Jack spins the car. He's hit a bollard. Jack spins the car. He's in the gravel. How much time is this going to cost him? He rejoins. Visual Temps goes past him. He's down to 4th. There's another car coming. Turk is coming up his inside, and he takes 4th from him as well. Jack down to 5th. Lap 17 now, and you can see Dubsy is the car ahead of us because he has changed to the full wet tyres, but it is not yet wet enough for that, and Dubsy has made a big mistake and it has cost him the lead.
We believe the car ahead has a lot of fuel in reserve.
Jack now is going to pit for a fresh set of intermediate tyres. He's been told the rain is going to stop soon, but if it stops as slow as it started, then we could be in for a long wet race. And Jack now pits for a new set of inters. He should be a lot quicker now.
Keeping fuel back for the end of the race. The car behind has just fitted the option tyres. Looks like it's going to need to slow in the corners to cool them off.
Jack now, it looks like he's going to have to come in and get rid of those intermediate tyres. The track does look a lot drier on the racing line. Jack does come in for what is going to be dry tyres. He's looking behind him, and Daniel is following him in, so Daniel's going to have to queue. And he has had to queue. There it is. Jack now braking for the final couple of corners. He is coming into the pits for his last stop from the lead. It should mean that Visual Temps will take that lead back as he comes in now. We have a look at the standings at the moment. So Jack in the lead, but he's now about to lose that. Visual Temps 2nd, with Dan in 3rd place in the other Ferrari. Silent 4th, Skunk 5th. Dubsy is in 6th. Trying to recover from his earlier mistake of pitting for the wet tyres when it was not wet enough. Now Jack loses the places to Daniel and Silent and falls to 4th.
You have no more scheduled pit stops.
Here we go then, Jack on much fresher tyres than Daniel. He's right up behind him. He really wants to get on with this. Jack down the outside into the quick right-hander. Gives Dan some space on the inside. It does take it. So Jack takes 3rd position. It was a little bit wide on the marbles, but he's managed to get away with it. Silent pits from 2nd place, so that gives Jack 2nd place. Daniel stays out in 3rd. been a rather quiet second half of the race for Jack. Ever since he put the dry tyres back on, he hasn't had that much to do. He's going to come home for second place. Visual Temps wins on his debut in the league. And now that gives Visual Temps the lead in the championship, a 9-second win over Jack. Silent third. Dubsy overtook Dan in the last couple of laps, or maybe even on the last lap. The gap was 1.3 at the line. But his mistake meant that he couldn't get on the podium. And there is the race results. And there are the championship standings then. Visual Temps and Dubsy first and fourth give Toro Rosso a 9-point lead over Ferrari, who came second and fifth.